a minute and a half left in the second half, I mean, we were really putting the pressure on. I made them call a timeout.
An 8-0 run. I mean, there was a lot of good things going.
Yeah, a lot of great things. We've got it, but it's just sometimes we get so sped up, we start losing out on our fundamentals, and it just starts to hurt us. And they go on those runs. I think we spotted them at least 11, maybe 15 points to start. And you know, it's really hard. It's really hard to dig yourself out of a 15-point hole. But again, playing even with a pretty good team. They've beaten some good teams this year. And it just comes down to doing things more consistently, because we've got the group. I wouldn't trade any of these girls. We've got the group. It's just playing more consistently and learning how to play that way for longer stretches of time.
Yeah, I think you said the magic word. They speed things up a little bit. There was a few times where we saw it down there. I'm sure it happened down there, obviously a little bit farther away, where you can see they had the ball and they just, all of a sudden, you can see them almost shake and try to do things that they can't do. How do you, as a basketball coach, kind of work on the, maybe just take a deep breath and then think about what the next option is?
Yeah, it's just learning how to think fast. You know, I think a lot of these girls just aren't thinking fast enough right now, because there's a lot to think about. You know, I mean, we're asking them to give pressure and then fall back and still, sit in your responsibility defensively. There's different offensive sets that we want, and then all of a sudden it's just, sometimes they don't just hold the ball and protect it. They want to bring it to a position that's easy to take away, and it's jump balls, and it's just repetition of fundamentals, and continue to harp on it, and hopefully it'll start to click. And it is clicking for moments of that game. It's just, stretching that out.
And you had some really nice plays. Andy Shar, I mean, she had some nice plays to the basket, but once again, maybe just kind of that speeding it up too much sometimes kind of hurt her. She might spin the wrong way, but she had a couple of nice power moves on the far side of the hoop from us where, I mean, couple more games even of seasoning, and you're going to see a really big difference.
Yeah, Andy's a really versatile player, and to be so young and be that versatile, I think it's just learning where the contact is and which way to go sometimes. But yeah, she does a lot. When she gets sped up, or I think she sees the game so well, and I think sometimes she sees something and the girl doesn't maybe finish the play, or it closes off and she gets stuck. But that's just with more experience. I mean, she's a freshman. She's played 16 games. If all goes well, she'll play 100 games in her career. So she hasn't even scratched the surface of really what she can do. And really that's the same thing we've got with most of these girls. They're only getting their first slice of varsity experience, and so it's just continuing to play hard, and that's what we expect, just playing hard the whole game and hopefully clean up the mistakes as we go. But we're in a tough conference. I mean, don't get me wrong, NEW plays hard, they speed you up, and the rest of the conference is very tough, and so we see a lot of tough competition, and it is my hope that helps us when we go into Division V regionals, that helps us. We're not going to see maybe a team that can speed you up like NEW, and so it's all about growth, and I think that's the hope, that we just continue to get better.
Coach Devin Thomas, we thank you so much for having us. It's always a pleasure covering your games, and we can't wait for the next one.
Appreciate it so much. Thanks for the coverage, guys.